Too bad I can't read lips. You can't? Dang it. All right. Well, imagine. Let's see. How about meow? Oh, jackpot. All right. That was probably loud. All right, game on. It's Tuesday. And we're doing our Q&A. So thanks, you guys, for bearing with me here as I struggle. Every day is a struggle. Yesterday, I wasn't even in the right spot. Awesome. Pitbull Trucker's on. Awesome. Good to have you. Justin's here. Amy's here. Frog is here. Wally, good to see you. Anna. Awesome. All right. So, as always, you guys have any questions, throw them in the chat. Let's answer them as they come in. And we're going to be talking about the Transflo app. So we'll dive into that and, of course, some of the different positions that we have as well. How about meow? I might have said meow because it's funny. And why not? Right? Okay, I think so. Hey, update on speaking of the Transflo geotab unit. This is my mock Transflo, which is dirty. I've got fingerprints all over it. Oh, I opened a desk drawer and the bottom of it fell out. Okay, so clean that sucker. So my Transflo geotab unit, you're going to see something like this in the truck. Currently, we have the Omnitrax Qualcomm unit in the truck, for those of you who didn't know that or who are new to Decker. So we are in the midst of a transition from the Qualcomm to the Transflo geotab. Pretty darn excited about this because the navigation should be a huge upgrade, as well as the communication and just everything on time. Everything is in one spot where you can read it so much better. If you guys already have a Transflo app, or the Transflo app on your phone, or if you've got a geotab unit in the truck, let me know in the chat. If you've got the Transflo geotab unit in the truck, let me know how that's working for you. Big upgrade, Justin says. Awesome. That's what I like to hear. So the upgrade itself, we kind of had to put a hold off back in, we started in August. We had to do a quick hold. I got an eyelash, sorry. We had to do a quick hold around the 1st of September or so because we were starting to get some hiccups. And guess what? The information I gave you last week may not have been as accurate as it should have been. So I have to do a retraction. Eat my own words. Hey, Mudflap, good to see ya. But the reason we had that information incorrect is we just, it was just a confusion for one, but it worked when we tried it before, but we found a permanent solution. So that's where we're going to go to this time. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about the Transflo app on your phone as well as the geotab unit in the truck. So let's talk about that. First off, when you get the geotab unit in the truck, you will be getting like a 5-part training while they're installing it. So they're going to be installing it. You're going to be taking the computer training. It's going to go through step by step how to use the Transflo geotab unit, how to access it, how to maneuver around it. It's really a thorough training. Justin, you say it's a pretty thorough training right now? And you can access that really at any time because it's on the YouTube. It's on YouTube for the training just within the Transflo geotab. So if you're looking for that, we can get you those links as well to some of those videos, but it's super helpful. It's just going to be a training so that you're well informed as well as us. But what we didn't know is that when you log into the geotab unit, you're going to be logging in with a different login than you currently are on your Transflo app that's on your phone. So you've got your phone app that is currently under, let's see. So your phone app, the login information there is your personal email, whatever email you gave us originally. Plus you're going to have the your username, your password, that kind of stuff. However, with the new geotab unit, you're going to have a completely different password and username and email address that Decker gives you. So it's going to be an @decker.com email address. So that's all going to work. And then really the fleet that you're going to be under is going to be DECK1ELD. So that's going to be the difference from what you're currently using on the Transflo app on your phone and what you will be using. Now I got to tell you, when you're using the Transflo GeoTab unit in the truck, and I'm just going to give you a snapshot of this, maybe, all right, it's going to be this little, you've got little, come on, open it up. So you've got the Transflo GeoTab unit. It will be blue on your GeoTab unit in the truck. It's going to be the same Transflo that you're used to before. See? Bloop. All right, it's going to come up with your dashboard. Now, with the app on your phone, it's going to be the Decker emblem. Where's it at? There, the Decker emblem. Just like that. So then when you click that, there you go. This is going to be the same sign-on that you use in the truck. So again, originally you used a different one on your phone than you did in the truck. But what we're going to have you do is we're going to have you completely uninstall the one on your phone and then reinstall it. I want it to be the Decker app, though. You need it to be the Decker, the Decker face. So in order to get it, either on your iPhone, go into the iStore and get Decker Truckline. If you're going to Google, go to the Google store and go Decker Truckline. And either one, that's the app. That's the Transflo mobile app. You're going to upload that or install that, and then you're going to use the same password and email combo that you did for the Transflo app on the GeoTab unit in the truck. I know I said that 40 times, but I said it wrong last week, and so I want to make sure that you're getting the right information this time. Justin says, let me scroll up here. He says, well, Anna said the transition to the GeoTab trucks arrives for the installation, safety advised of the arrival and the installation, and then the installation of the GeoTab unit. Justin says sometimes it's a pain in the butt. The GeoTab or the Omnitrax? It is a big upgrade though, absolutely. Justin's looking at his right now. Nope, it's brand new, Frog. Justin says I'm trying to do videos for Facebook too though. Sweet, I love it. The GeoTab, that is. Yeah, because I think it's gonna be something to get used to because it's new. I think that's pretty interesting. You know, that's the norm. So it is new, but it's supposed to be way more user friendly and accessibility wise and everything than the Qualcomm unit. The information should be a lot easier transferred, and the upgrades when you're out on the road are supposed to be smooth sailing. Where with the Omnitrax, the Qualcomm unit, once you did an update, you had to come inside because there were always issues. You'd have to come to the shop and get issues. Now, if you need to get an upgrade, if you're having issues with the Transflo GeoTab unit, you contact us. We can do whatever we can over here on our end. The IT will take care of it, as well as working with Transflo and GeoTab. They'll work with it to get it taken care of while you're out on the road. Where, again, with the Omnitrax GeoTab or the Omnitrax Qualcomm, you had to physically come back to the shop, which was cutting down on your guys' miles and your time that you had available. And we know that. We're trying to make this a whole lot easier for you so you don't have those pains in the butts, like Justin says. Justin says it is almost like Transflo. Yep, nice and red, not Transflo type in Decker. Yeah, make sure that you're typing in Decker into the iPhone or Google store in order to get it, or for the GeoTab. Excellent. So when you're logging on, just a cheat here, your recipient ID or fleet ID is going to be the DECK1ELD. So make sure you'll see that in the bottom left. And then for your username, it'll be your driver code that you have here at Decker. And then for your first name, you'll be entering your first name, your last name. Your email will be your driver code at decker.com. Okay, and then your phone number, of course, and then your password. Your password is going to be a combination of your social, so the last 6 of your social, and the first letter of your first name and the first letter of your last name. You have to make sure that in the password that your first and last initials, first name and last name initials, are capitalized. Key. Has to be done. Anna says, blue in the truck and red detail triangle on your phone. Correct. Yep. And the one in the truck, that's already going to be installed for you. So you really don't have to worry about it. You're going to log in. And once you're logged in, then you're good to go. On your phone, you can only log in once when you install it. You can't log out every time and log back in. That's why I'm having you uninstall the Decker app before reinstalling it so that you can log in with the correct information. Remember, in order to use the GeoTab unit with the Transflo, you have to first log into the GeoTab and then log into the Transflo app on your phone. You don't have to do it every time, but you can't initially log in with the Transflo app on your phone and then go to the GeoTab unit. It has to be the other way around. Otherwise, it just won't connect with the GeoTab the way it's supposed to. Frog says, how much damage will it take if I drop it and break it? Well, let's not do that, but they are made with, these are durable covers. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to try. And I beg you to also not try. Justin says, don't drop it. Hey, Joseph. Good to see you. Joseph's here as well. So yes, like Anna's put on here, sign into the GeoTab first, and then the app on your phone. Cool? Awesome. That's the most important thing that I want you to know as of right now. If you guys are having hiccups or if you have questions, please either leave them in the chat here so that I can get those answered for you, or get a hold of me on Facebook, facebook.com/detailing, because I'm assuming that if someone is having an issue, someone else might also be having the issue. We are looking into the screens. Some people's screens are just too dark or hazy, and so we're going to make some adjustments. The GeoTab units, they're pretty much locked for the most part, so that you don't have all these extra options that go haywire on you. But for that reason, if it's too dark for you, you just let us know and we'll try and get that fixed for you. Okay? All right. That is what I wanted to say on that Transflo GeoTab unit. We are working on it about 20 to 30 units per week are being installed for that GeoTab unit. Okay? And most of you know we began the process back in September or so to replace all these Omnitracks. And it does improve your fleet navigation. It's got updated telematics, and it's super user-friendly. I mean, you log in and just the screen itself. I gotta put my password in every time. It's killing me, Smalls. Okay, so when you log in, the screen itself is so user-friendly because look at that. It's just easy to navigate. If you want your messages from dispatch, you go to the messages from dispatch. You need your weather, you need, lumper requests. It's easy to find. You don't have to go in this one and, find all the nooks and crannies, what you kind of had to do with the Qualcomm unit and with all the macros and stuff. So it is designed to manage your ELDs, your DVIRs, and really your scanning, which will be super nice. Scanning a document, just click on the scan document here, and then you'll have to allow, and then you can take the picture. So use existing camera, add existing picture. So if you have a picture that you need to scan over, you just click on that if you've already taken it. Otherwise, go back. Otherwise, you can use the camera, give it permission, allow, and then you can scan whatever document. I need a document. I was trying to find a document. There's my schedule. So there, scan the document. You'll be able to adjust it to make sure that it's legible for whoever you're sending it to. Taking my picture. There you go. So there's my keyboard, and then I can adjust it, adjust the crops, right? If I need to crop it. There you go. That's how you do it. Pretty smooth. Like it. It's pretty awesome. All right. Joseph says, can you still use our phones to scan the paperwork? Absolutely. And that's why we want to make sure that the Transflo app on your phone is in connection with the Transflo app in the truck itself. And again, I don't know if you heard that part, Joseph, but you need to sign into your GeoTab unit first with a new password before uninstalling and reinstalling the Decker app on your phone and logging in with your new credentials. And that's how they link up, so that yes, you can scan using your phone instead of your tablet. What's nice about the tablet is it's just extremely legible, a little bit easier for you to read. Anna says the future GeoTab functionality includes completing orientation paperwork. Yeah, you'll be able to do all kinds of stuff. You'll have your Luma training, because the Infinity training will not be continuing, but we'll be doing the Luma training through that, which will be your quarterly safety trainings, as well as the orientation training. We'll have access to your scorecard and your smart drive scores and everything, as well as your settlements. All of that information will be on your Transflo app. Now, most of that information will be available to you on your Transflo app on your phone now, but of course it'll be updated. Once everybody is updated into the GeoTab units, or everybody has the GeoTab units in their truck, then we'll upgrade the ones in the truck, the tablets, that'll reflect the same thing that you're seeing on the phone. Scorecard, your scorecard, your smart drive scores, your settlements, all of that. It would be much easier for you. Joseph, you broke down again. Okay, so that's the GeoTab unit. That made me think. Oh, speaking of scorecard, this month's scorecards, you probably already know the amounts are coming out. If you've already seen that you're getting the scorecard, your scorecard on your GeoTab right now, or your Transflo, depending, I guess, on your Transflo app. So your scorecard on your Transflo, the number itself is incorrect. Now the pay is correct, that's being paid out, but the number is wrong because the fuel miles weren't in there. So those are going to be taken care of. You'll be seeing the updated numbers here shortly, but just know that the amount that you were paid for the month on the monthly scorecard bonuses is correct, but the number, the score itself, the 0 to 1,000, is incorrect currently on the Transflo apps. All right. Any other questions on that? I think, let me just scan here and make sure that yeah. Okay, I think I was able to answer those questions. All right, so again, the process itself of getting these Transflo units into the truck is, we're working pretty diligently on it. The shop is hard at work, and really once the installs start, they're pretty smooth sailing, which is good to know. The truck's going to arrive for the installation. Safety's going to be given a heads up on the arrivals, and then you can go through the training and the installation of the GeoTab. Once that's complete, they'll go through on the back end and go through everything with you with all those trainings. So we know that this is a change, especially when it comes to technology. It can be a little bit intimidating, but please be open-minded about it, because it is designed to just make your life way easier. So we're pretty darn confident that this is going to be a great change for you. It'll change the telematics from the Omnitrax to GeoTab. It'll make you your day-to-day operations much, much easier, just simpler to do. And that's our primary goal, is just to make things a lot easier for you. The installation process is really going to be the holdup, but that's going pretty darn smooth. So yeah, and we're going to be getting some podcast information here on Thursday on it as well. So what I see, Joseph, it's easier to scan the paperwork with the GeoTab. Okay, so there you go. Joseph says, I got a question about the scorecard. I don't know how to read that thing. Oh, okay. Well, when you go into the scorecard itself, and I'm not sure I'm going to have that because I don't have a scorecard. Let's see. Yeah, mine doesn't have that scorecard only because, plus I've got it upside down, because I'm not driving. Justin says it crops for you and just is a lot easier. Yeah, it's really easy to maneuver. I totally agree with that. But with the scorecard, remember, Joseph, that the scorecard number this time around, it needs to be updated because it's not reflecting the full score. Let me make sure. Scan document. Scorecard. Click, click, click. Give me a sec here as it's coming up. Yeah, so my scorecard is blank because I don't currently have any miles under my belt. So if I click on scorecard, you'll see that it's coming up blank. So what I'll do, Joseph, is I'll give you a holler and we'll walk you through your scorecard, or get a hold of your driver manager, and your driver manager should also be able to help answer those questions. But let me reach out to you here as soon as we're done with today's YouTube, and we'll answer those. Anna says, for the scorecard, contact your DM and ask for help. I read it upside down at a distance in the semi-dark with I squinted so far. I'm not much help. You are always, always. All right, so we'll be talking more about the Transflo app as more people get online. But remember, there are several links out there, YouTube links available for training. You can look at the training ahead of time. We did send out a email. Let's see, Tammy sent out an email, I think it was back in August, on the Transflo training that provided all of those GeoTab trainings, all of those. And we'll get that back out to you and you'll be viewing them as you get an install in the truck. So no worries. Today is also, well, actually yesterday was the first day of open enrollment for our benefits. So if you're looking to make any changes or additions, subtractions, whatever to your benefits, right now, make sure that you contact Cisco to make those changes. So open enrollment is until the 20th of November, and now's the time to enroll. And this is going to be for the 2021 year. So all elections for flexible spending for 2021 have to be made during open enrollment. And right now, all of your current election benefits, or the benefits that you've already selected, those are going to go over into 2021 unless you make any changes. So you have to make the changes if you want benefit coverage dropped or added, if you have dependents that you need to add, if you need to elect or waive, whatever it is, any changes whatsoever have to be done before the 20th of November here. Okay? So tomorrow is Veterans Day, for those of you who were unaware. So I would like to share with you a message that Bessemer took a moment to give us. Let me see if I can find that. Maybe. All right. So Bessemer just wanted to, I'm sorry, Frog says, how do you find the scorecard Souls app? So if you find the scorecard, if you have your Transflo app on your phone, it'll be, usually it's in the middle, scroll down on the main menu and it'll be in the middle. On the GeoTab unit, all you need to do is just go to the main page, the home page, and then it's the middle left on there, and it says scorecard here. Let me get that back open here for you and I'll show you. But that's on the Transflo app on the GeoTab unit in the truck. Okay? So when here's the GeoTab unit, okay? And then that's the scorecard. And like I said, my scorecard, or I don't have a scorecard because I am not a driver, and so I don't have any miles to score off of, but that's where it's at. Okay. All right. So yeah, that's blank other than that. There's that. You see it? Okay. Cool. All right, so let me share with you a video from our Bessemer terminal.
Happy Veterans Day to all you guys, and thank you for everything you do.
Good morning, all the way from the Bessemer Terminal. Today, we just want to say thank you to all of our veterans. We appreciate your service, everything you've done for us, all of the sacrifices. You know, the sacrifices that you're making are similar to the ones that you're currently making for us while driving for us. You may not be eating the meals that you want to eat. You may not be seeing the family, spending a lot of home time with your kids as much as you would like, but you're still making that sacrifice. And we do not take that lightly. We do not take it for granted. Thank you for all you've done. If there's anything that we could do to show our appreciation, you know the extension, reach out. Again, thank you for Bessemer Terminal.
Happy Veterans Day from the Bessemer Technicians.
Happy Veterans Day.
Happy Veterans Day from me and my Veteran Day baby, Akimi.
Hey, I'd like to say Happy Veterans Day to all the veterans out there, and thank you for all you do.
Just want to take this time to wish all our veterans out there Happy Veterans Day. Thanks for all that you've done, all the many sacrifices that have been made. Us here at the Bessemer Terminal, we appreciate it, and my family personally also appreciates everything you've done. Happy Vets Day.
All right. So thank you. And happy Veterans Day for tomorrow. That's coming up to all of our veterans. So we'll do a big shout out for you as well. We have, now I don't have a list of all of our veterans that are here at Decker. I can tell you that we do have these decals that you could see that you saw on the video. We do have some of those decals available. So if you want to get one of those, just let your driver manager know. So when you come in to one of the terminals, we can get one of those decals for you, obviously respective of the branch that you served. Tim says, but you still have a score by performance. Yes, I do. That's exactly right. Performance score. All right, let's just kind of review some of the different functions that these have. So this first function, this is the T7. This is the hours of service login. This is where you as a driver will log in to your hours of service right here. So that's in the top left. Then you've got the scan document that we went over. The scan document is where you'll scan your bill of ladings. There we go. Your receipts, driver safety, etc. All of those details. The co-pilot. Truck navigation, that's the navigation system itself. Like I said, this is going to be so nice once you get to use that. You do need to allow in order for that to work properly. And it'll manage phone calls as well. So it promotes the hands-free for you as well, which you'll want. Come on. There we go. And it'll have the agreements and everything on there. Next, these are your loads. Loads in transit, available, accepted loads right here. That's where you'll find all of your load information. And then you'll have the chat with the dispatch. That's where you'll be able to send, you'll be able to receive messages from Decker, from your fleet manager. The settlements tab right here, that'll have any settlements that you had. You'll be able to review past settlements as well. So you'll be able to scroll through all of those. Somebody asked me yesterday about the past settlements, but yes, you'll be able to access all of that. Joseph says, do we need our... Yes, your DD-214, if you've got a copy of that, that does... if we already have a copy of your DD-214, then you won't have to go get another copy. We already have it. But if you never gave us your original copy of your DD-214, then we'll need that before you can get one of those decals. Good question. Thank you for bringing that up, by the way. Didn't even think to mention that. You've got, besides your settlements, you've got your weather, you've got fuel request optimization, basically where to go if you want to request a fuel solution. Lumper requests, you have the lumper request information there. Advanced or expense requests, that information is right there. Safety information. This is where you send documents, accidents. You can take pictures with this. So a little bit different from, obviously a lot different from the scanner that we currently have in the trucks. This is going to be more like your Transflo app that's on your phone, where you'll be able to accidents, OSD, safety docs, really any of that right here in this safety. It's the bottom right there. And a guide of the guide to data transfer and diagnostics, malfunction events, anything like that. It'll have the ELD user guide as well, all in that safety feature. And then you've got the Transflo ELD support page. Now that's going to be, you don't need to worry about that a whole lot. It's really more for sales, but you can chat with tech support if you have any issues. But also feel free to get a hold of our IT department so that we can take care of that. Just get a hold of me at facebook.com/DTLinc if you have any questions so that I can take care of those for you. Justin says, are they trying to fix the fuel solution problem in the messages? I'm not sure if they are aware of that. So what fuels, Justin? What kind of message are you getting right now, Justin? And I'll double check. Fuel solution problem. What I might end up doing is just giving you a call in messages. Last I heard, I was talking to Eric yesterday. He was having the issue where he couldn't get the fuel solution until he requested it. Is that what you're talking about? Joseph says, I got mine at the house, so it'll be after Christmas before I can get my decal. Oh, your DD214? Okay. Even if you just take a picture and have someone take a picture and send it over, that's an option too. You can send it to me and I can get it to HR, who will make those arrangements for you. Okay, and then scrolling over here, you've got the updated ELD features that are coming on. You have an email for the hours of service logs. This function is if you want to email your logs to yourself, or maybe your spouse, or maybe you're talking to somebody who's a prospective driver for Decker and you want to kind of give them an idea of what your hours are like, what your miles have been. You can just do the logs there. Decker announcements, there you go. So it'll take you to really our Drive Decker page, our Decker Companies page. You'll have access to the announcements. You'll have access to the Inside the Triangle newsletter, which last week for the Inside the Triangle newsletter, we sent out a reminder of the open enrollments. So you'd see that. Right? Trying to get in this. See if you guys can see this. So you'll have the newsletter. There you are. You see that? That's the newsletter. It talks about the open enrollment, Inside the Triangle. So it'll have the past episodes of Inside the Triangle. You guys can't see this because I keep putting this on the wrong side. Sorry, I'm a lefty. And then I'll just kind of a reminder, the referral bonus pay, that was the podcast this last week. It'll have that information. And then we're getting you slowly. Also has the winter tips for safety, maintenance, if you run into any issues there. Let me give you an idea of, this will be one of the videos that will be on there.
Decker Topline here. I'm the Director of Maintenance Support, and I got 4 winter tips for you this winter during cold temperatures. First one, when you have frozen brakes, truck or trailer, and you're not able to get them loose with a hammer or a bar of some sort, you can take 100% rubbing alcohol, or any rubbing alcohol, not diluted down, and you can use this to help eat the ice off your brake shoes. So I'll give you a little demonstration here. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to open my sprayer bottle up here, and I'm just going to soak down all the brake components up in here, and you're going to hear this alcohol eat the ice away and break your brakes free from the drums. This can work on drum brakes, can work on disc brakes, truck or trailer. Tip number 2, if you have ice build up on your mirrors or your glass on the driver's side, passenger side, you can take the rubbing alcohol and spray it up on your mirror assembly here and help eat the ice away from the mirror and the glass as well. Tip number 3,
you gotta admit, it's kind of funny that Tyson's water bottle can go as far as it does. I seriously don't have any water bottles that spray that far.
On your windshield here and on your wiper blades. Just soak them down, and that'll help eat the ice away from your windshield wiper blades, especially in the winter time when everything's packed full of snow. Using rubbing alcohol on your windshield wiper blades, you don't have to get out, stand on the tire, and smack the wiper blades. You can use rubbing alcohol, spray it down as much as you want, and that'll eat the ice off your windshield wiper blades as well. Okay, tip number 4. Rubbing alcohol in the wintertime will eat the ice off your front radar. And a bonus, you can wipe this radar clean with the rubbing alcohol to get rid of the road grime that's going to come up off the road in the wintertime. That oil slick from the road is going to get on there, and it's going to cause adaptive cruise faults. It's going to cause other faults with you when it could just be that this radar is full of ice or maybe some road grime. Do it a couple times.
Yeah, you want to avoid those adaptive
Ice is gone.
cruise faults
Your
whenever
road
possible.
Slick and your oil film.
Obviously, you
Here's
don't
your
want
last
to mess with any of
rubbing
that.
alcohol winter tip. Key access to your truck, to your trailer rear doors. You're going to spray this rubbing alcohol and it'll eat the ice in the key.
So rubbing alcohol can be one very handy tool to have in the truck or even at home, just to make it easier for yourself when you've got ice all over your truck or any vehicle. But it's safe to use, and it won't harm the paint. It won't harm any of the chrome or anything like that. So it's safe to use. Rubbing alcohol you can get at the dollar store for $1. Just kidding. Okay, so let's get back to this Transflo, this Geotab unit that's in your truck. Once you get to the announcements, which is what we just kind of went over, you can also access your driver scorecard. Again, that's right there. From there, you've got the driver portal. This is going to take you to the Decker webpage, so you can view that. We've got the detail webpage. It takes you to our home page for the site as well. That's right there. There you go. Settlements, that's where you'll be able to view your paycheck, your settlements each week. Plus you've got a to-do list. This will show you if you have if you have anything that's near expiration. Maybe you need to update your physical or your CDL or your MVR or something like that. That's this to-do list. Will provide that list of what you need to do. It'll just reminders. I've got 2 years on all of mine. So according to this, so fantastic. That's where that'll be. You've got the Weigh My Truck app. If you don't have the Transflo app on your phone and aren't utilizing this, I tell you what, nice. It's the Weigh My Truck app. It's the CAT app, but there's videos on there as well. I keep going to the wrong side, you guys. I'm so sorry. And then you also have the hours of service, the frequently asked questions. That's the Transflo questions there. Again, videos that'll help you answer some of those questions. It's really the FAQ list. This is you can't see it yet. It's loading, but I've got Wi-Fi going all over right now with the video, so it's a little difficult. But anyways, it'll go through any from login complications or technical issues to the trainings and cell service and all of that. So it'll answer all of those questions for you. And then, there you go. Now you can see it. All right. And then you've got the Transflo Express information. It's the extra map available for our drivers here. And then the profile settings. So, and then down here on the bottom, on the very bottom, if you can see that, you've got the dashboard. It kind of looks like a speedometer. Can you see it? There you go. That's looks like a speedometer. That'll bring you back to the main dashboard when you click on that. You can see. So if you were to go into one of these, if you're going to go into the loads or something, you just go down to the bottom or up to the top and hit that. Notifications, it looks like a little bell. There you go. Microphone, that's when you have questions. If you can ask what's my hours of service, my HOS status, or read my messages, read my notifications, give me a summary, and it will go ahead and do that for you. And then you have the little chat bubbles. That's a chat feature that'll go right directly to your dispatch. And then the little guy that's your help center for that as well. So does anybody have any questions on the Geotab unit in the truck? Clear? Cool. So if you have questions, make sure that you reach out to me. If you're having any hiccups with it, please reach out to me at facebook.com/DTLinc, and then we'll be able to go and answer those questions, get those concerns taken care of. We wanted to make sure that it's a real smooth transition for you, that you're able to it's user friendly. So we want to make sure that it maintains the user friendliness. All right. Now I do want to let you know of some of the different positions that we have available right now. If you have flatbed experience and you live in Bessemer, Alabama, we have a terminal in Bessemer that is for our flatbed division. But if you have a year of flatbed experience, even 9 months of flatbed experience, then we should be able to help you out with home daily, Monday through Friday. There could be a random Saturday in there, but it's usually just Monday through Friday there. Starts at 7 a.m. It is hourly pay. It is just a local position, but you do need to have that flatbed experience because you're doing a lot of coils, steel beams, really making sure that you have the tarping and securement experience. So same as always, this telephone number, 888-668-0698 to talk to one of the recruiters. Anna's there, Tanya's there, Wyatt's there. We're all, Aaron's and Mitch and Bryce are all there to answer any questions that you might have. And that's for the Bessemer flatbed local position. But we also have the home weekly option, which is home weekly. It is home weekly. It runs mostly in the Southeast, a little bit of the Midwest. That's for the flatbed. Again, still need 9 months of tractor trailer experience. If you live in the Charlotte, North Carolina area, we also have the weekly home time. So if in areas of North Carolina, if you live north of 20 in both Atlanta and Georgia, then you are also in the hiring area weekly flatbed position. So what else do I want to do? I wanted to do a shout out. Something just triggered this. I don't know why, but I wanted to make sure that I did a shout out for those of you who referred drivers that have hired on this week. Jason Hale, that you had referred somebody who, and this last week, and that person has completed orientation. You'll get your first settlement of the sign-on bonus this week. So thank you, Jason, for taking the time to refer somebody. We have 3 final payments that are getting paid out this week. Dwayne Wiggins, Justin Jansen. Justin, there you go. You have your final payment coming on one of your referrals this week. And Michael Portarf, you also have your final payment that we will be paying you for referrals that you had. So we had 3 that we're paying out that are completing. Now, depending on the number of referrals that you've had in 2020, you may have a final payment of $750. You may have a final payment of $1,250. It just depends on how many you've referred overall. But that final payment just means ready for another referral, right? All right, so I wanted to make sure I reminded you guys that. Speaking of referrals, if you have questions about hiring areas, which makes sense because yes, they do change based off of the availability and the number of individuals we have out of that location and the amount of freight that we have out of those locations. So get a hold of us at 888-668-0698 to get information on available areas. That being said, in the Southeast, we did open up a Southeast Regional Refrigerated for all of you who did not know that. So for the Southeastern Regional Refrigerated, we do require 9 months of tractor trailer experience. It again needs to be tractor trailer experience. A clean driving record, no major moving violations, accidents, incidents, nothing major in the last 3 years. It's a Southeastern Refrigerated that'll get you home usually either Saturday or Sunday for Monday through at least 5 days out of the week is when you need to be available. So it guarantees $1,000 a week in the weekly gross pay, although it's paid per mile. So if your pay per mile and the number of miles that you ran that week exceed the $1,000 minimum, then you'll get the better of the two. We also have our Midwest van position, which would get you home about every 2 to 3 weeks. And it's usually every other weekend is closer on the estimate there. But that's our Midwest van position. Runs a lot of the Midwest along I-80, as well as parts of the Southeast into South Carolina and Georgia areas. So again, same telephone number to get a hold of us, 888-668-0698. In addition to the van and the refrigerated and the flatbed, we've got the regional, over-the-road, and local positions. So make sure that you reach out to us and find out availability there. We have our Midwest van positions. Again, along I-80, anywhere from Lincoln, Nebraska to Gary, Indiana. We have the Midwest van. It pays up to 50 cents a mile to start off with. You get a penny raise after 90 days and every year on your anniversary. We have in all of our positions, all of our over-the-road positions, we have a $5,000 sign-on bonus. We call our accelerated bonus. It pays out quarterly. It's $12.50 each quarter. Now with the van and the refrigerated, you do need to run a minimum of $25,000 miles in that quarter to get an additional 5 cents a mile on all the miles that you ran over that. If you run in the flatbed division, you need to run over 20,000 miles. And again, it pays out $12.50 each quarter, and any miles over that 20,000 gets paid an extra 5 cents a mile on all those miles ran. So yes, Joseph says, who wants to stay out for a week or two? I stay out for 2 to 3 months at a time. Yeah, everybody's a little bit different, and of course it does depend on where you live too, because some we just can't get you more often than that. And then with our Midwest, in addition to our van, we have several different options in our Midwest refrigerated as well as our Midwest flatbed. Midwest refrigerated, we have the guaranteed pay option of $12.50 a week if you live along I-80 from Omaha to Chicago, or from Minneapolis to Chicago. We have availability in that $12.50 per week, guarantees you home on a weekly basis, as well as that guaranteed pay guaranteed gross pay each week. Now in the Midwest flatbed, again, 9 months of tractor trailer experience is required for all these divisions. It does require flatbed experience for flatbed. In the Midwest flatbed though, if you're in the Chicago area, we pay home daily. It's $1,700 for the week. And again, Chicago area, you're running pretty much, you're home nightly or home daily for that one. So it's $1,700. If you live anywhere from St. Louis over to Columbus, Ohio, up north to Toledo, over to Iowa City and back down to St. Louis, or maybe even Milwaukee to Fort Dodge, Iowa, to Mason City, Iowa, back up to Milwaukee. Anywhere in those locations, it's actually $14.50 a week. It gets you home on a weekly basis and it pays $14.50 per week gross pay. Again, if the miles that you ran for the week and the pay per mile or the rate per mile, which is based off your experience, exceed that, get the better of the two, as always. In the Midwest flatbed, that's more towards, you've got Sioux City or Omaha. In those areas, we have the Midwest flatbed guaranteed of $1,000 a week, getting home on a weekly basis. But we also have short haul, which is home daily in some of those areas, which gets you home daily, but it gets you the gross of $1,000 per week. Same thing though, if your miles and the rate per your rate exceed that of the $1,000, you're going to get the better of the two. Our over-the-road refrigerated based out of Missoula, Montana, pays up to 48 cents a mile to start off with. Average length of haul is a little over 1,100 in that division, so you're running longer miles. It is a coast-to-coast division, but it runs mostly west of the Mississippi, so it does definitely overlap those Midwest runs as well. Usually 2 to 3 weeks out at a time, and yes, it has a guarantee of $1,000 a week. But again, your gross pay or your pay per mile and your mileage, if they're exceeding that $1,000, you will get the better of the two, and in that division is pretty darn normal. We have that $5,000 quarterly accelerated sign-on bonus that pays the $12.50 per week plus extra 5 cents a mile on all the miles over 25,000 for that division. In Missoula, Montana, in Seattle, Washington, in Kennewick, Richland area, Washington area, we do offer the 7 to 10 days out instead of the 2 to 3 weeks. And that just giving you a little bit more home time a little bit more often. We still figure for every 7 days out, you get about a day and a half home time. That's our norm, and that works pretty well in all of our divisions. If you have questions though, if you want to stay out, like Joseph was mentioning, he stays out a little bit longer, a lot longer, then that is most definitely an option for you. You know, obviously you're paid the better of the two. You've got that $1,000 minimum, but the more miles you run, the more pay you're going to see most likely. So Our equipment is top of the line equipment. You're looking at 579 Peterbilts, 730 Volvos, 740, 760 Volvos, plus we have some Freightliner Cascadia Evolutions, but they're all really well maintained. 2017s is about, I'm pretty sure that's the oldest that we've got out there right now. Average age is about 18 months total. I think, Joseph, didn't you tell me yesterday that your truck right now has about 413,000 on it? I do know that somebody traded theirs out the other day. It had 375. I was trying to think of who that was. That got to make the money, Joseph says. Yes, that's right. So the trucks are fully equipped. We have a handful of trucks that don't have all of the amenities, but most of them do. Joseph was one that threw me for a loop yesterday, saying that he doesn't have the refrigerator and the microwave and the Epic View satellite TV, but the majority of our trucks do have that currently. So again, that's company paid satellite TV program. It's 100 plus channels. It includes Showtime, Cinemax, HBO, Sunday Ticket. That's the important one, right? And then we've got the microwaves in the truck, CB units in the truck, refrigerators, APUs, bunk heaters. We do have the new, Joseph says 413,449 to be exact. So we have those in all of our trucks. Not that mileage, but the CB units and the refrigerator. And these new bunk heaters that I am hearing, this is all the rage, by the way. It's the S-bar units and warm. They're supposed to work really well, which I love to hear. But it is that time of year, you guys, where APU units will be a pain in your butt, or if a heater isn't working properly, please contact us. Let us know. We don't want you sitting out there in the cold. We want to make sure that those APU units are working for you, that your heater is working. Please contact us. If we can get you into the shop to get that fixed, obviously that's what we're gonna make happen. Contact us either at the safety department, 8533, if you have any safety issues. Get a hold of us, 515-576-4141. For the, if we need to get a hold of shop. Breakdown is extension 8250. I had to remember the login. I couldn't remember. Or not the login, but the extension for breakdown. And then, as always, just contact us, facebook.com/DTL Inc. I will get that information over apartment you need to. Plus, if you're coming into the terminal, the Welcome Center, especially in Fort Dodge, they're going to be able to contact whoever you need with those details. Joseph said, what is the S-bar heater? That is in the new trucks, but since you're not currently in that new truck, you don't see it. But that's what we're getting into, the upgraded heater that's in all of the trucks. It'd be nice. Keep everybody warm. So we'll get those as well. The S-bar is for the Epic View. What? All right, I missed it. I missed something there, I think. Yes, Anna says we do have the APU units. We have the auxiliary bunk heaters in all of the trucks as well. All right. Let's see. Equipment-wise, I think that's... I know, that's what I'm wondering too, Joseph. That's exactly what I'm wondering. I'm going to talk to Lisa, see what we've got. All right. Any other questions on available positions here at Decker right now? Again, I want to thank all of you who have been reaching out with the referrals here lately. We're strong with freight right now. We want to make sure that we're taking care of all of our customers. So if you know somebody else who can, that you can rely on, that you can count on to make sure that they're going to be getting those loads on time as well, and needing something, please let us know. You can get a hold of one of the recruiters. You either use the Transflo app on your phone or the Geotab unit in the truck in order to get the referral information to the recruiters. You can also call 888-668-0698. Get a hold of me by phone, get a hold of me by email, or Facebook. Again, facebook.com/DTLink, so that we can take care of that referral and answer the questions that they may have and what's available in their position or in their area so that we can take care of that for you. So, absolutely. All right. Well, that's pretty much it for me. I do want to make sure that you guys, if you get a chance and you see any of our Decker drivers that have the veterans what I want to say, the veteran sticker, the decals on their truck. Can you please take a minute and just thank them for their service? Not only for their service out on the road, but also their service overseas or wherever they served, because I know there's a variety of ways to serve here within our U.S. military. So please, if you could, I would really appreciate that. That would mean a lot from the Decker family, and we have so many people there that are here that have made those sacrifices. So give me a sec here. There, I want to show that off. Right. Joseph says, you got anything other than flatbed in West North Carolina? West North Carolina. I don't think I have anything in the refrigerated division there. I might have a Midwest van. But flatbed, yes, most definitely. But West North Carolina, I'm pretty sure right now it is just the flatbed. Anna, can you confirm that for me? Make sure I don't have that right in front of me, so I want to make sure. Okay, so I'll double check for that for you on that one as well. But I'm pretty sure right now I just have the flatbed. We'll keep our eyes open though, as things might change. Okay. All right. We don't have the we don't currently do any flatbed training because we currently require at least 6 months of flatbed. 9 months of tractor trailer altogether, but at least 6 months of it has to be flatbed. So not currently training on it. That being said, it is something that you can talk to the training department about. If you want to talk to Dave Chapman, he might be able to make that happen. Maybe Tanner would be able to help you with that. No, we don't offer that, but all right. I'll do some checking. Is that where you're at? I guess I didn't realize that. Joseph, what's your zip code? I don't see it. Okay. Give you just a second here. Or city is fine too. Either one. Alright. I'll keep my eyes peeled for that. I gotta give you a call anyway because I want to make sure that I've got all this other information correct for you. I want to go through that scorecard. So I'll give you a holler here and we'll go through that. So thanks you guys for sticking here with me here on our YouTube channel. If you don't already or haven't yet already subscribed, please go ahead and do that. You can just click the bell next to the subscribe button and it'll ring the bell and it'll notify you every time that we go live. That way you can join us in the conversation. Joseph says, which one? I got 2 homes, one in Noonan, Georgia, and the other in Newton, North Carolina. So, how about Newton? Now, you were asking about Western North Carolina, though, right? Let me look at Noonan. That one I have something else, I'm pretty sure. Let me see. Okay. Sorry, can't type. Let's see, you are... So I'm going to have some refrigerated and van out of the Georgia area. So Joseph, if you want to run... so if that's what you're asking, so if you're looking for weekly home time in the refrigerated division, we've got that. And then we have out about 2 weeks at a time 2 to 3 weeks maybe is more accurate for a Midwest van position. So either option. We got both. Yeah, let me know what you think. Those are the two options that are there, and of course flatbed. All right. Anna says Noonan flatbed regular, and then Southern flatbed and Midwest van. Yep. And refrigerated? Pretty darn close for refrigerated. I bet we could make that work too. All right. Cool. All right. So if you guys have any questions, make sure that you reach out to one of our recruiters at that number, 888-668-0698. Or you can apply online at drivedecker.com. PC Clerk, shout out to you. Enjoy the weekly podcast. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yes, and this is our YouTube channel for any of you who are not subscribed. Please do so. Thanks, Anna, for throwing that link in there. And our Facebook, facebook.com/DTLinc. We go live at 4 every Monday there, so please join us for that if you aren't already following us. And if you have any questions whatsoever, you want to send questions to me for the lives, podcast, anything like that, either get a hold of us at podcast@deckermail.com or facebook.com/DTLinc. So lots of places to send your suggestions. As always, please reach out to one of the recruiters with any additional recruiting questions. If you have referrals that you'd like us to call, you can reach out to us as well on those. You guys have a great rest of your week. Please do not forget to reach out to any of our veterans or any of your fellow veterans that are out there and thank them for a job well done. Like many of our drivers, our veterans have sacrificed time away from their families, just time in general, and just normalcies. And we just thank you for that. Hopefully we're able to bring a lot of those like creature comforts or comforts of home into your space out on the road so that you can be comfortable and just know how much we appreciate all that you guys do. PC Clark says $5,000 sign-on bonus. Yes, as of right now, we are offering a $5,000 accelerated sign-on bonus. So it's a quarterly bonus, pays out $1,250 per quarter. For the refrigerated and van, you need to run a minimum of 25,000 miles per quarter, and then you'll get an extra 5 cents a mile on all the miles over that 25,000. For the flatbed, you have to run a minimum of 20,000 miles per quarter. For the $1,250 a week, and an extra 5 cents a mile on all those miles over 20,000. So yes, that's the 5,000 sign on. Cool. All right. You guys have a wonderful rest of your week, and we'll talk to you next week. Take care. Don't forget that we have a new podcast coming up on Thursday. We'll send that out on our Facebook channels.